You're listening to Fine Music Radio 101.3, and the program is Cape Diary, and it's a great pleasure to welcome a South African mezzo-soprano who is having a really astonishingly successful international career to our studios here at FMR, and I'm talking about Michelle Breedt. Michelle, a warm welcome to Fine Music Radio.
Actually sang a recital in Vienna in the Mozartsaal, and when they asked me to do a solo recital, I said, well, you're not getting a German Das Lied, you're not getting a Liederabend. I said, I want to sing something totally different. I'd like to sing in my mother tongue, English, and I have wonderful music I have discovered. Maybe we can come into the dolce slightly soon. And so they said, all right, you may do so. And I was really wondering how this rather really hypercritical public in Vienna, especially with, you know, the Liederabend, you know, when you go and sing song recitals, it's big song recital work, how they were going to take to this music. The public in Vienna went awry. They were absolutely, I got so many people saying, oh, this was so wonderful to hear this music. We didn't know. This is so refreshing. Where can we get it? So when Louis said, what would you like to record? This was the first thing I thought of was, wow, looks like the people really, they're wanting something and it's not there yet. So how about us doing this?
I was really pleasantly surprised. I'd never encountered any of the songs with the exception of one. And Michelle had given me a recording of a recital that she had given in Vienna. And it was interesting because it's close to Lieder, but not quite in the traditional sense. Because it's so beautiful and it has such a popular character to it, it's a cross between musical theatre and Lieder. So it's very, very accessible. It's not your highbrow Lieder whatsoever. I loved it, and I found that while practicing prior to Michelle's arrival, I couldn't stop singing while I was practicing because it's such accessible, beautiful music.
Yeah. I think that works.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Definitely.
I mean, tomorrow we might change everything again.
Yeah.
You're in South Africa, I think, for quite an exciting reason, and that's to record a CD. But what I'd like to know is, you've recorded a number of CDs internationally. Apart from the weather, what is the attraction of coming to record a CD here in South Africa?
Well, I met, whilst I was in Stellenbosch, I'm a professor extraordinaire, I go there once a year to teach. I bumped into the TwoPianists Records team, Luis and his wife, Nina. And we started speaking, and it was, well, we have this company. I said, yes, I've read about you. And from there, we just, it was, would you come and, it just sort of bubbled out, and we were both, yes, love to, yes, would you? It was sort of, and wow, before I knew it, I was back in Europe. I got email immediately from Louis saying, when, how, when can we do this? And literally, we started in August this year, and I cleared part of my calendar and said, good, I can come out, let's do it now.
I never thought I would enjoy so much listening to other people. You know, as a musician, it's very difficult to switch off from work when you go to a concert and you just want to enjoy. It's very difficult because you are always thinking of things in your capacity as a professional musician. Now to move into the difficult job of producing recordings, I had to find some artistic enticement in the whole process.
Okay, rolling, take two.
And I discovered that it's all about being receptive to specific sounds and working with them. So I learned to be very critical also from the booth end of the scale of the performance. Thank you. Do you want to come and listen to have a bit of a break?
Shall we go listen?
Yeah, let's go listen to the I adore William Shakespeare, and I then started wondering, because of course you know Brahms and Schubert and Haydn, they've written songs taking Shakespeare text, but I want to know what the Brits say, or how do they hear Shakespeare? And I started looking, and I found the most amazing music.
Oh, mistress mine.
Edward Elgar, Benjamin Britten, Hubert Parry, just to name a few. These are names that people, or Vaughan Williams, might go, oh, what? But it's really not the nymphs and shepherds that you might think you're going to get. It's really amazing music. I find the film crew, I find everybody is humming this music. The tunes are glorious. And, of course, what's superb is the texts are delightful.
Present mirth and present laughter, what's to come is still untrue. There lies no plenty. Then come Christmas sweet and 20, your staff will not endure.
There's a certain professional basis that one has. I know who Nina Schumann is, and I know that she's an extraordinary musician and an extraordinary pianist as well. So I know who I am working with, and I have, first of all, total confidence in her musical abilities.
It sounded notey on the...
Too much. Instead of having a pedal sort of...
I've done a lot of vocal accompaniment, but really I don't specialize in that. Firstly, I'm a soloist. Secondly, I'm a chamber musician with the piano duo that I have with my husband. And then thirdly, if there's space, and then I end up doing chamber music concerts. So this was pretty much coming out of left field to do this, and it was wonderful. Oh, okay. It's just also unique because you're working with such an incredible artist. And the fact that you only meet 3 days prior to the start of the recording and you don't really know the person, but you get to know them through the music. It's quite an extraordinary process.
When I meet somebody new for the first time and I'm working with them, all my senses go into hyper alert. Because I'm trying to take the inspiration I find from this new person I'm working. I can't even explain it in words. It's what you can maybe say a gut feeling or an aura or a feeling around somebody. And I try to also be very clear from myself, the way I sing, the way I envision, the way I hear something, to be extremely clear in how I impart this, so that sometimes words are not necessary. I try to just let all my senses absorb what I'm getting from my new partner that I don't know. And many times I get new inspiration from somebody and go, oh, you know, I've never thought of it like that way. Let's try it. And I go, you know, that's wonderful.
For me personally, it was a wonderful, wonderful match. I think because aesthetically we aim for the same thing. Michelle is extraordinarily professional and she knows exactly what she wants. She has incredible technical control. So she's actually beyond the point that she even remotely needs to think about technique.
The contrast between the introduction, beautiful song. In the beginning can be huge.
Okay.
I think it will work very nicely.
All right.
The Three Little Pigs and Beat Back Bill.
Okay.
And we are rolling.
There's never for me an absolute in something, especially in music. There is never an interpretation, because music is in the moment. And that was the most wonderful thing with Nina. She could fly with me in the moment. We had this understanding through and with the music that we didn't have to explain.
We were prepared to, if a note is flat or if it sounds, if the ensemble is not absolutely perfect, we are willing to sacrifice that for the mood.
So what do you need from us, Gerard? Or as a lot of folks would call you overseas, Gerard.
Yeah, no, I've been called that before, but I had to pay afterwards.
Okay. All right.
I cannot say there was one special moment, but for me this whole recording has been one big special moment. We had a couple of songs we did in one take where just absolutely just magic happened. It was one take and the song and everything was there.
You might want to hear this because I think you have it all in one take.
We had great fun doing Under the Greenwood Tree.
Under the greenwood tree.
I have two versions of the musical settings of the same Shakespeare text. And the one is set on a tango rhythm. And of course, you know, tango just lets your spirit fly. And we really had great fun with the tango. I think we did, so many various ways, you know, singing it extremely sexy, singing it seductively, singing it quite straight, sort of really giving it a lot of different atmospheres.
But winter and rough weather.
In an international career in which you must have had many, many highs, this seems really to have got you going. You bubbling in the studio here irresistibly.
Well, this is really very, very special. The music, as I say, has been such a delight to get to know. And I would so hope that that people that listen to this will be able to, get this immense joy out of this music too, because I think music is a language that speaks to our hearts and our souls far more than the actual spoken or written word can, even if it is William Shakespeare.
But winter and